Today I'm going to demonstrate how I make a single color granny square. Usually I'm a ginormous fan of multicolors here, multicolors there, changing every round, changing in the middle of the round, but every now and then I need a solid color square, and here's how I do it. For today's tutorial I am using a 4.0 millimeter hook and worsted weight yarn. This color is Red Heart Super Saver Flamingo. Now, I always crochet with my crochet tension regulator. That's another video that's available. And I'm going to start by pulling it through. Right now, I am still on a Gertrude, I think it's Gertrude Taylor granny square kick. I got going on that a couple years back, and I didn't think I was going to like it at all. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I totally love this. So here we go. I start by making a slip loop that slips, so that means I put the tail end over the working end and then pull through, and now I have it on my hook, and then when I pull the tail end, it tightens right up. And I like to begin my granny squares with a chain 4 loop. Magic centers can be nice, but if you're going to be making something that's going to get a lot of use, it's probably not the best idea. So I'm going to start by chaining 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now I'm going to insert the hook through that back loop, yarn over, and I'm going to make a slip stitch. So now I have my loop that I'm going to be working into. That jet you hear is a jet landing near the airport near my house. So anyway, now to start I'm going to chain 3, and that will count as the first double crochet. And now I'm going to work 2 double crochets into the loop, and that's going to form the first 3 double crochet shell. So there's 1. Whoops. Okay, I'll try that again. There's 1. And there's 2. So now we have the first double crochet shell done, or as I like to think of them, granny shell. Now I'm going to chain 1. It's a very modest corner, but I just chained the 1. Now I'm going to work 3 double crochets into the loop. And as I'm working these double crochets, I'm working over that tail. Now I did 3 more, so now I've got my second double crochet shell done. So I'm going to chain 1 again. Like I said, very modest corner. I'm going to work 3 more double crochets in there. 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to sort of move everything over to what is my right. So if you're left-handed, you move it over to the left. So I'm 3/4 of the way through. You can see I have the bottom part of the granny square done, so I'm going to chain 1, and now I'm going to work 3 more double crochets into that 4 chain loop. 1, 2, 3. So I've got all 4 granny shells done, and I've got 3 of the corners done. And if this were a regular granny square where I was going to change all the time, I would just chain 1 and join with a slip stitch to the top, but it's not. So what I do is I insert the hook under both loops of that third chain of the chain 3. I'm going to yarn over, come through to this side. I'm going to yarn over, and I'm just going to take off 1 loop. And now I'm going to yarn over, and I'm going to go off both loops. That's how I join for this corner. And you'll see there's like this bit, and then there's this lower area. What I'm going to do is I'm going to chain 3 from my first double crochet. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to yarn over, and I'm going to go into that lower hole. And I'm going to make 2 double crochets. And now I've done the first half of that corner. I'm not going to finish that corner right now. I'm going to go over to the next corner. I'm going to start that. I'm going to make 3 double crochets, chain 1, and 3 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, chain 1, 1, 2, 3. And so we've completed our first corner. So we have this one halfway done, and we've got this corner completely done. So now we're just going to yarn over, and in the next chain 1 space, we're going to work the 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochet again. That's how we're going to work all of the corners. So there's 3, chain 1, and then 3 more. And so now we have 2 corners completely done, and we have this other corner halfway done. Now we're going to move on to the third complete corner, and we're going to work 3 double crochets. 1, whoops, start that stitch over again. Oh, everything's a little discombobulated here. Okay, now we're back. 1, can you hear me over the jet? 2, 3, 4, and chain 1, and 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now we've completed 3 corners with 3 double crochets and a chain 1 and 3 double crochets, and we're back to our first corner where we just have 3 double crochets. And so we're going to work 3 double crochets into that same chain 1 where we started, and then just as we did when we finished the first round, we're going to insert the hook under both loops of the third chain of the chain 3. We're going to yarn over, pull it through to the front, yarn over, go through 1 loop, and we're going to yarn over and go through 2 loops. Now we're going to start the whole process all over again, and now we're on the 3rd round. So we're going to chain 3. That's our first double crochet. And now we're going to go, you see we've got these 2 spaces we could go into here. Let's see, I'll try to, I need more hands. We could go here or we could go here. We're going to go here. This is the one we want to hit. So then yarn over, and we're going to work 2 double crochets. What am I not doing? Oh well. And then we're going to work 3 double crochets in this space between these 3 double crochets from the previous round. 1, 2, 3. And now we're going to work the corner as we have with 3 double crochets and a chain 1. So there are our first 3 double crochets. There's our chain 1. Three more double crochets. Now we're going to work 3 double crochets between the gap from the previous round. Finally having some very nice weather after a cold streak that wouldn't quit. Okay, so we're back to the corner, so that's going to be 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets. And now we're going to do 3 double crochets in this space. And we're doing our corner again, finishing this up right now. We've got 3 double crochets, a chain 1 and 3 double crochets. And oh, we're getting ready to work our last, here's one more 3 double crochet before we get to our corner. And I'm going to go ahead and finish this off here. And so into this corner again, we're going to work 3 double crochets. And then, because we're doing chain 1 corners, we're going to chain 1. We're going to go under those 2 loops, pull forward, and then into here we're making a slip stitch. And then we get to just trim that. And always leave yourself a healthy end to weave in, because it makes life so much easier. So this is how I make a solid granny square, and you can do that for 1 round or 2 rounds or 3 or 10 or however many you feel like doing it. It's a very solid granny square. If you do it with a 4mm hook, it's great for making bags or purses. If you do it with a 5.0mm hook or a 5.5mm hook, you get a very nice blanket for a toddler. I've done that a couple times. So anyway, if you have a need to make a granny square in a solid color, this is the method I use.